Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely day today. So for today's video, I'm so excited because I'm doing something a little bit different. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my makeup and I'm going to be telling you guys some ghost stories. So this, basically, I was like, what can I do on my channel that's like a little bit different and kind of fun and a little bit spooky? Because I've been wanting to do like true crime on my channel for a while, but I just don't really have the time at the minute to do all the research and stuff. And if I do something like that, I really want to do it properly. So I was like, do you know what? I'll do ghost stories. And then I was watching Robert Welsh. As you guys know, I've been obsessed with his channel for like the past month or two. So yeah, I was watching Robert Welsh. He does ghost stories and makeup. Like, what the heck? I was like, what are the odds in that? So yeah, I guess this is kind of like what he used to do. But yeah, I thought of the idea, and then of course one of my favourite YouTubers does it, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm going to be telling you guys some ghost stories today. For today's video, I'm going to be reading them from Reddit, and I also have a few little like encounters that my friends told me, and I personally have one, but mine isn't like a full story. It's just like a situation. But yeah, I guess let's stop rambling. If you're new around here and you want to see a little bit more of me, please subscribe, because I'm really trying to hit 700 subscribers before my birthday, and we're very nearly there. And yeah, if you are not new around here and you want to help me reach that goal, leave a like, 'cause it really, really does help me out. And leave a comment for me as well. If you don't know what to comment, just comment algorithm. But yeah, with all that being said, let's jump into the video. I'm so excited. Okay, so I went ahead, primed my skin and my eyelids and did my brows. So now we can get into the ghost stories. I feel like I need like a really good background and to probably do this more in the dark. But because I'm doing my makeup, I can't really do it in the dark. And also, this was like, I just wanted to film it kind of thing. So let's get into it. I'm low-key nervous. I don't know why. Yeah, ghosts really freak me out, so this should be fun. Okay, so this first story is called My Cousin Sharon. Ooh, I'm actually so nervous, what the hell. When I was young, around the age of 5, I had a cousin named Sharon. She was born with serious heart issues that required her to undergo multiple surgeries. Unfortunately, on what would have been her final surgery, she passed away at the age of 2. My mother was asleep in our apartment a few miles away from the hospital, where she woke up to a peculiar sight. She saw Sharon running around our living room, waving and saying goodbye. Fearing the worst, my mum immediately called the hospital and received the devastating news. However, this was just the beginning of the strange occurrences. Not long after Sharon's passing, my grandparents returned home to find coat hangers rattling in the bathroom, sink running with scorching hot water. They couldn't find any logical explanation for the rattling coat hangers and were certain that they had turned off the water before leaving. It was then that my grandmother remembered one of Sharon's favourite activities, playing with water. Shortly after the incident, my grandmother awoke one night to witness a luminous orb hovering in her bedroom. Subsequently, she sought guidance from a priest who conveyed that the presence of the orb was indicative of an angelic being. Oh. Additionally, last year, my grandmother found herself alone at home, engaged in household chores, as she passed by her kitchen china cabinet, which housed a musical figurine depicting an angel. She was startled to hear the figurine spontaneously start to play a tune. Oh my god. It was at that moment when she recollected the significance of the day. It marked the anniversary of Sharon's passing. Oh, that's so sad. Furthermore, both my aunt and uncle have shared their own encounters with Sharon's apparition. Apparition? Is that how you say it? Moreover, my own encounters with Sharon's apparition. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Moreover, my mother and grandmother have experienced remarkably vivid dreams involving her, despite the fact that she departed from this world almost 2 decades ago. we still possess a profound conviction that she is somehow present among us. My family considers us incredibly fortunate to have our very own guardian angel, none other than our cousin Sharon. Oh my god. I don't know, like, how I would genuinely feel in that, like, situation. Because, like, obviously, like, the circumstances is just so sad. And I don't know, like, to have them around, like, I would feel like it would be eerie, right? Like, but I guess if you can tell, like, it's not, like, someone coming to get you or whatever, like, I guess it's, like, not as bad. And, like, at least you can still kind of feel her presence. I mean, I feel like this is quite a good, like, transition into my own experience. So when I was younger, my mama passed away. She had cancer, and yeah, she passed away on my sister's birthday. And I was actually going to see her at the hospital that day. Me and my dad had drove there, and I just kind of wanted to see her and not really say goodbye, but it was, we knew, like, this was kind of the end kind of thing. So I just wanted to see her one last time and, you know, just spend that little bit of time with her. But literally as we pulled up at the hospital, like, car park, my dad got a phone call, and I'll never forget this day. And he just burst out crying, and I instantly knew what had happened. So my mama had passed away before I had the chance to go and see her and, like, tell her how much I love her and stuff like that. It was just really, really sad. And obviously it was my sister's birthday. So yeah, really, like, not the best. Because you're trying to be happy for your sister, but at the same time, like, you've just had this devastating news. So I used to have, like, the smallest room in the house, and it was my own bedroom. It was my own bedroom. I was alone in my bedroom. It was nighttime, and yeah, I was going to bed. So my mama, for reference, she used to smoke like a chimney. And yeah, she used to smoke in her house as well. So her house had this, like, very specific scent. Like, it smelled of her cigarettes and her perfume. And I'll never forget that smell, do you know what I mean? And it's not just like a smoker's smell. I don't know how to explain it, because I've been in other people's houses who's, like, family smoke in the house and stuff, and it's not the same smell. So oh my god, I get like freaked out when I speak about it. So I was obviously in bed. It was really late. I can't remember the time, but yeah, I just had this feeling like someone was in my room. And obviously it's my own room, no one's in my room. And it was a really small room. Like, from my bed, I could literally get up, take a few steps, and be at my door, my bedroom door. So I felt like really, I don't know, just uneasy. And then I literally, like, you couldn't mistake this. Like, I literally got this, like, scent or whatever of my mama's house. It smelled of her cigarettes and her perfume. And I was like, oh my god, like, what the heck? And I kind of remember feeling like a mixture of emotions, because I am petrified of ghosts, like genuinely petrified of ghosts. But at the same time, like, I literally knew it was my mama, and I knew my mama would never do anything to hurt me. But it was this very just surreal kind of feeling. I just remember not knowing how to feel in that moment. I didn't know whether to be scared, or I just remember getting up, and to be fair, getting up was scary in itself. I remember getting up and turning the light on because I was scared because I knew there was a ghost in my room, and I knew it was my mama, and she had come back to my room like on multiple occasions, and I used to just have to sleep with the TV on. And I literally remember to this day I used to sit with the TV on watching Big Bang Theory because it was the only thing that like made me laugh and kind of put my mind at ease. So that's literally how I went to bed for literally like months. But now, like, I haven't had that experience in, well, since the last time it happened. So it went on for a good few months, and then I haven't had her visit me since. So I don't know whether she stopped visiting me because she knew it was scaring me and she didn't want to scare me, or, you know, it's because I've moved house. But obviously the house I was living in wasn't my mama's house, it was my mum's house. And my mama that passed was actually my dad's mum, not my mum's mum. So she could have only have been there to see me and possibly my sister. I'm not sure if she had the same experience. I should probably ask her actually. But yeah, I've not experienced it since, and I don't really know how to feel about it because I guess she was just there seeing if I was okay, and then she went on her own way. Okay, so this next story is called I Have a Ghost in My Room and I'm Pretty Sure My Dog Can See It. Ah! I have a story about this too. Ah! I wouldn't consider this a paranormal thing, but it's still freaky in my opinion. So I moved into a new house like 1 to 2 years ago with my dad and younger brother. I got the room that was upstairs, and it's the only room that is upstairs because the stairs lead to my room. Like 3 months passed and my dad says to me, I believe that a ghost is in your room. So obviously I'm like, boy, what? So after he told me that, my room had a different type of energy. Nothing would go in my room for like the first year. The only thing weird about it is that there is an energy in there. The only thing weird about it is that there is one corner that feels like something is there, like all the energy is there. So a year passed and my dog starts to look in the corner a lot, like a lot. Sometimes he would be under blankets and just randomly jerk up and run out of the blankets just to sit down and look at the corner with his ears perked up. Oh my God. Later on at night, I would hear these knocking noises on my walls, which scared me. Well, hell yeah, Jesus Christ. I started to believe more and more that this ghost is real until today. January 26th, 2024 convinced me 100% that this ghost is real. It was like 7:30 at night and I went into my closet to get a shirt. Oh my God. And there was a full breeze in there. Oh my God, stop it. And mind you that there isn't a fan or any vent, so my mind went like, what is happening? I go out of my closet and shut the door and lay down on my bed on my phone while watching a show, and then I hear my closet door's doorknob move. Oh my God, shut up. I look over and it was literally turning. It was doing that for a hot 5 seconds and then it stopped. After that, I freaked out and I just remember, oh yeah, there's a ghost in my room. But after that, I'm convinced that it's real and my dog can see it. Oh my God. First of all, right, imagine just you're living your life and your dad comes up to you like, hey, think there's a ghost in your room. Like, I would be like, first of all, why you gotta do this to me? Why would you tell me that? I was happily living my life ghost free and now you've told me that. Second of all, dogs, honestly, and I think animals in general, but I've only ever had dogs genuinely can sense this stuff. Like, I'm convinced. I remember I was in my living room and I was looking after my younger sister at the time, and I have a little dog, a little chihuahua called Alfie, right? Where's my brush? And yeah, we were just in the living room. We were just literally watching TV. I don't remember what we were watching, but Alfie literally just jumped up and was barking like crazy at my living room door. And I was like, what the hell? Like, is someone at the front door? I didn't hear the door knock. So I get up and I look out of my living room window and there's no one at the door because you can kind of see my front door from my living room window. Also, what is this lighting, by the way? So I was like, Alfie, calm down, there's nothing there, you're fine. He wouldn't stop barking for like a good minute or two. And I was like, what is up with him? Then he literally just stood in front of me. Like, he wouldn't leave me alone. He wouldn't leave my side. And he just stood growling, like, hairs up on... Do you know how dogs have that hair down at their back that stands up when they feel threatened or, you know, they're being, like, aggressive or whatever? And he literally was just stood up, growling at the front room door. And I genuinely remember thinking, like, I don't know what to do in this situation. Like, I'm so scared. I didn't move. My younger sister was with me. So I was like, I'm the adult in this situation. Like, I need to be brave, I guess. But I was so scared. And I remember it felt like this went on for ages. It probably didn't. It was probably, like, not even, like, 3 minutes. But yeah, it was so scary. And then literally, I just remember out of nowhere, so he's growling and his hairs are all up. And then in the next, like, second, he chilled out, gave a little bark, like, and then just came back to sitting with me on the sofa. And I was like, Alfie, what the hell was that? Like, what on earth? And I'm convinced he saw something in that doorway and didn't want to leave me in case something happened. And it just honestly scared the living daylights out of me. And I'm on my own, and I was only a teenager at the time, and I'm looking after my baby sister, and I'm like, no, I'm genuinely petrified right now. So I believe you that honestly your dog probably did see something, because they just must sense this stuff. I don't know. Oh no, stop it. This one's scary sounding already. Okay, this one is called I Used to See a Girl in the TV of My Old House. Stop it. What the hell? I just recently moved out of a house I had lived in for about 6 years. My family and I had moved in when I was 13 with a family friend whose parents had passed away a few years prior. Oh, that's really sad. Not really much happened other than the usual seeing things out of the corner of your eye and such, but nothing too memorable. I feel like a lot of people feel like they see stuff out the corner of their eyes, so you can just kind of shrug that off sometimes. The way the house was laid out, you were able to see down the hallway past a galley kitchen near the back door where a half bath was, where the washer and dryer hooks up to the living room, from the living room, sorry. A few years after moving in, sometimes when I would glance up at the black TV in the living room, I would notice what appeared to be the figure of a young woman standing in the middle of that hallway further down. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. It's freaky. It was just the outline of a woman standing there still on what looked to be long black hair falling down her shoulders. Most of her was black, so you couldn't make out the facial details or anything. Oh my God. At first, I would find myself staring at it and then turning around to look down the hallway only to find nothing. But every time I would look back at the TV, it was still there. Countless times I would search that area trying to find a reasonable explanation as to what I was seeing. Maybe coats or clothes, or maybe just the way the shadow would be casted, but nothing. I would look back up and she was still there. After some time, I had become desensitized to it. She never moved, never made noise. She just stood there. So knowing there was no danger that came from her, I simply just ignored her every time I saw her. My parents never mentioned seeing anything, so I thought once we had all moved out that maybe my mind was just playing tricks on me back then. I started dating my now boyfriend a few months before we moved, so he had came around the house plenty of times and even spent the night every once in a while. Today, me and him were sharing some of the ghost stories from our childhood, and I started to mention this story, but it didn't even get to the part of seeing the TV yet when he cut me off. Oh no, stop it. He started getting really freaked out, saying that one night he had gotten up to go get his soda from the kitchen and bring it back into my room. He further explained that once he went to grab the soda, he immediately felt like that he was being watched. When he glanced up, he noticed something in the TV. I started shaking and almost got emotional knowing that I wasn't the only one to have seen her. He described everything about her that I could make out, but he said he was closer to her than I had ever been, and he could only make out the figure from over his shoulder. Ooh. He had only seen her that one time, but it was baffling to me to realise that I wasn't the only person to have seen her. I called my dad to ask if he had ever seen it, but he said no. He said he would occasionally see something walking around the house, but never anything back there. As of right now, we are the only two to have ever seen it, which makes this encounter even weirder to me. No explanation to this day, and it really makes me wonder what it may have been. Oh my god, I don't know what I'd do if I like physically seen something and then, you know, like looked behind me to see if it was there and then it's not there, but then I look back and it's there. I don't know what I would do in that situation. And then I feel like it's even worse when someone has seen the same thing as you, because now you know what you saw was 100% what you saw. Freaky. Oh my god. So this one is called This is More of an Uncanny Experience That I Cannot Shake. Okay. This is not about trauma, sadness, fear, not mad at anyone. Could be actually inspirational. Okay. We're off to a good start. It's just confusion, you know. When you hear someone say something about it, it takes a few seconds to register and then you're all like, what the fuck did you just say? But this was a spoken less moment like that. But I never got to do the part where you say, what the fuck did you say? It's so unexplained to me. Oh my god, I'm like hooked. To set the moment, I went down south right by the Gulf and stayed at this park. It's in the middle of the summer and the heat index is 105 and the humidity is insanely high. Ocean and swamp are the main points, so dry, and the constant thought of fresh water are the second points. This was on my hardest day. I trailed 10 miles in the centre of God's humidifier. Sorry, I really struggled to read that then. Towards the middle of the trail, about 5 miles, I was in the back, in the middle of the bend. I'm taking a break because my dog at the tune was struggling with the humidity heat, and she can't sweat. The only time she had done this, I sit under a tree to give her a break from the sun right by the trail. Out of nowhere, an at least 80-year-old woman ran past me. I'm so far deep in the park that I have only seen one other human that was dumb enough to venture Satan's butthole. But this elderly woman just jogged towards me, said in a breathy voice, "Hi," and went on her way. Oh my god, stop. I feel like I can see where this is going already. Jogging is normal on nature trails, right? She was very tall and very thin. She was like the most buff person ever, but think most natural buff, because that woman was 0.7% body fat. The veins on her extremely cut six-pack is a standout, but her face was older and looser. She had liver spots and was visibly a very old woman, like more than over tanning type old. Not to be mean here or sensitive, she looked old as fuck. Her look alone is kind of shocking. Here's when the reels really started to kick in for that what the fuck moment. I'm not the top athlete by any means. I will never have veiny abs, but I do not train for trails like one level above basics. The wheel really kicked in that I know she didn't have anything in her hands and she wasn't wearing a backpack this far out with no supplies, with temperatures well above 100, humidity that reminds you of putting your face over boiling water and marsh/sand particulars as your breeze. How? You need 3 basic things to survive there for over an hour. Water, sunblock, bug spray. Because if the burns from the sun or lack of water doesn't take you out, there's prehistoric bugs that will jump you. She was just in shorts, sports bra, running shoes and a ponytail. The whole interaction lasted maybe 10 seconds. In none of those 10 seconds does your brain register it's too offsetting at face value, and then it all creeps on you a few seconds after she's gone. Her coming up and going from me made me sit there an extra 15 minutes. It's not just a what the fuck did I just see moment, but how moment. Does she have a hidden camel hump that I didn't see? Is she powered by the very close sun? If she was born human, she was evolved past that. She's a new species. I can't tell if she was a ghost, skinwalker, military experiment that was successful, or a crazy muscle enhanced, very much older woman. Oh no. But I randomly think about her a lot. The biggest mystery of my life, Resident Evil Betty White, will haunt me for years to come. I tell myself she's just someone's very, very determined grandma, probably great-grandma, running in the outback of America. No, that is so freaky. What did you see? Like, there's no way you'd be able to do something like that with no water or anything. At them temperatures, like surely your body would just give up on you. And obviously she's not like the youngest, like she's not in her youth, so even more so, how is she doing that? Do you know what I mean? Oh my god. I think I'm just going to quickly finish up my makeup and then I'll read one more story and I'll save some of my friends' stories for next week, so bear with me and I'll be straight back. Okay, so I'm going to read one final story for you all, but I am completely ready now, so you have my undivided attention. So this last one is called The Lady of the House. We are the owners of a farmhouse which has a haunting presence in the form of a ghost called Catherine. Our knowledge of the ghost name stems from an encounter with a woman who expressed interest in viewing the house. Intrigued by her request, we inquired about her connection to the property. She revealed that her father and grandfather were responsible for construction for the house back in the year 1900. It was her grandmother Catherine who held a deep affection for this place. Unfortunately, circumstances forced Catherine and her husband to relocate, but Catherine's love for the house never waned. Tragically, while she was away, she passed away. It seems that her spirit found its way back to the house, leading us to believe in the presence of a ghost. Allow me to elaborate on the reasons behind my conviction. When we initially purchased the house, my Uncle Pat resided there. He would sleep in the living room, and during the night he would hear doors close even though no one else was present in the house. The occurrence happened multiple times. Later on, we decided to rent out the house to some individuals without disclosing the incidents of the doors shutting. Wow. Interestingly, these tenants approached us and inquired if the house was haunted, as they could hear distinct sounds of someone walking across the attic floor. Forcefully slamming a door and then retracing their steps to slam another door. It is important to note that there are no doors located in the attic. Once the renters vacated the premises, my grandparents moved into the house. Surprisingly, they claimed not to have heard anything unusual. Nevertheless, whenever my Uncle Pat would come to visit and stay in the guest bedroom, which we believed used to be Catherine's bedroom, he would experience something tapping on the window throughout the night. It is worth mentioning that there is nothing close in proximity to even make contact with the window. Furthermore, Catherine has been known to fixate her gaze on my Uncle Pat and even call out his name. One particular incident that truly unnerves me is a dream I had on New Year's Day where Catherine revealed to me the reason why she kept my Uncle Pat awake at night. The following day, I shared this information with my uncle, and it was that he experienced a strange occurrence. Out of nowhere, he heard his name being called even though everyone else in the house was fast asleep. I understand certain aspects of this may be difficult to accept, but I assure you that every word is based on factual events. Oh my god. I wonder why she's obsessed with your Uncle Pat. Maybe she's got a thing for him. But that is everything that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed these stories. I really enjoyed it. If you have any ghost stories, leave them in the comments, send them me on Instagram, send them me on Twitter. I don't care how, I would love to know, and I will read them out for you. I think I'm gonna post these on a certain day, but I can't decide what day because I kind of want to make a name for this, like Ghost and Glam or Wacky Wednesdays or something like that. But yeah, I'm gonna post ghost stories every week, so let me know your ghost stories. I have a couple from my friends that I know that they have told me, so I have those as well. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, it really does help me out. Leave a comment a ghost if you made it to the end. It just kind of has to be, right? And yeah, if you are new around here, please consider subscribing because I am trying to hit 700 subscribers before my birthday, and we are very nearly there. And I will be back for you next week with some more ghost stories. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.